Hello, Vinyl community. How you doing? It's Bill with the Vinylverse. I'm happy to be here to do my contest entry for Chris Propfe, Musically Obsessed. Chris, I discovered his channel probably late summer 2019. I think he was just getting started, and I just knew right off the bat that Chris was going to be great. He was performing on the guitar, had a great voice, and then his presence in front of the camera was just he's great. He's a natural, and Chris hasn't disappointed. He's got a great channel. He's surpassed 200 subscribers. He wanted to throw a contest out there for the 200 subscriber milestone. So Chris, congratulations to you. Thanks for having this contest. I was happy to enter and support you and your great channel. And it's been great getting to know you here in the vinyl community. So real happy that you are here, and congrats once again. So for this contest, Chris asked a series of questions, and I'm going to answer them right now. I have them over here. So to get started, Chris asked, what is your first musical memory? So, like, Sesame Street aside, and children's music and stuff, my first musical memories really are Christmas songs, and specifically this box set from Reader's Digest, this Merry Christmas from Reader's Digest, this and another box set, I believe also from Reader's Digest. It was blue or green, I think it was green, we had growing up, and that's really my first musical memories, is listening to these great Christmas albums here. It's a box set, and if you're familiar with Reader's Digest and their box sets, they kind of all follow suit here. They have multiple albums. Yeah, and they're all great. So this was long gone after once I started getting back into vinyl. So I found a seller in my local area that was selling this for just a few bucks, so I drove over and picked it up. I haven't found the other set yet, but I hope to someday, just to get that sentimental memory back. So this and that other box. So that's really my first musical memory. Also, 1976, we got this. And this is a Monkees compilation from RCA. And I'm trying to remember, it may have been mail order. I can't remember exactly. But I was obsessed with this album. And, I would catch the Monkees on syndication. So they'd be on late afternoon, and I would watch them at a very young age. And then we got this, and I've listened to this thing probably 1,000 times in my childhood. On RCA, it's two record set, and non-discrete album here, same imagery on both sides, but all the big hits plus some deeper tracks. Even has like Tapioca Tundra on it, which is a favorite song of mine. But yeah, loved the Monkees and still do to this day. And this is that original copy from 1976. The records are a bit scratched up because little me played them over and over again and didn't handle them properly. But yeah, so that's part 2 of my earliest musical memories. So number 2 question is, what song or artist would you perform at karaoke? I've never performed karaoke, nor do I ever see myself doing that. But to answer this question, I would have to go with the opening track on Candy-O by the Cars, called Let's Go. Just a wonderful rock and roll song. Great song. and sung by one of the best singers in my opinion, Benjamin Orr. I just think he has just such a great rock voice. So let's go by the Cars. Number 2. Number 3 is, what are your 3 desert island albums? This is the question that I had the most turmoil over. Hard to just pick 3, and I always feel like I'm going back to the same albums on my channel, but to answer this question properly, I have to go to the same albums. So the 3 desert island albums I would choose have to be the Beatles' White Album. What can I say about this album? It's got a lot of diversity on it, so that's a good option to have on a desert island. Very creative time for the Beatles individually, for the members individually. So I love the White Album. Toss up between this and Abbey Road is my favorites. Like any given day, this one or Abbey Road could be my favorite, but on a desert island, I would think I would take the White Album. And not a low number, but that's the number on this one. Next, it's an album I don't think I could live without, so that's why I'm taking it to the desert island. And it's A Love Supreme by John Coltrane. For me, such an important album. It just speaks to me, and being such a spiritual album, it almost feels to be like a spiritual experience every time I listen to it. And this is just an all-time classic. One of my all-time favorite albums right here. So I can't give this one up. And lastly, on the desert island, I have to go with my favorite Genesis album. It's The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Yeah, just like A Love Supreme, I can't live without it. So this album, double album, just some incredible performances on here, musical performances. It's like one continuous track almost. Each song flows into the next. And I just think it's an incredibly ambitious and creative album, and I just love it. So it's coming with me. Next, what album artwork could you stare at for hours? This is another one that I struggled over because I'm a big fan of album artwork. It's one of the allure of vinyl records, is you sit there and hold the album and look at the cover and everything it includes. Ultimately, I decided to go with Yes, and some of the albums by Roger Dean, so like Tales from Topographic Oceans and Relayer. And this Relayer album will be my answer. It's just gorgeous artwork here. I have stared at this for long periods of time. Mid-70s, yes, here. Wonderful album, 3 tracks with the epic song The Gates of Delirium. Just brilliant. So yeah, done by Roger Dean. Gorgeous artwork. And I briefly showed Tales from Topographic Oceans, another just gorgeous art from Roger Dean. But I picked this up to show because, I don't know if you know this, but if you put these two together, the rocks kind of join. Hopefully that's coming across there. my mind was kind of blown when I first found out about that and put them together. It was one of those moments. Always thought that was cool. So that's the answer to number 4. Now, number 5, what is the best closing track of an album? So again, my favorite band, Genesis. I have to answer the question honestly, and my favorite closing track of an album is off of Foxtrot here. It's a song called Supper's Ready. It's about 22, 23 minutes long. And it is just, for me, the crowning achievement of Genesis. Just the song is a journey, and it's just incredible how it goes through different sections or movements, and then you're just kind of building and building, and then it reaches its climax, and you have that kind of relief coming down from it. It's just a all-time track for me. Supper's Ready by Genesis. Just love it so much. So that is the 5 questions. Chris, thanks again for having this contest. Really appreciate it. Congratulations to you. Best of luck to you and your channel. Love what you're showing. I'm not much of a metal guy, but even I know you're into metal. But we have a lot of similar tastes. King Crimson, The Monkees, Mike Nesmith. Yeah, and you have such a diverse taste of music. I just find your channel just terrific. So happy you're here, and best of luck to you. I think there's still a couple days left in this contest, so anyone who hasn't entered, try to enter into Chris's contest, or at minimal, go check out his channel and give him click that subscriber button. So Chris deserves it, and yeah, he's great. So everyone, thanks for watching, and hope you're all doing well. I know it's a crazy time right now. I hope everyone's safe and is dealing okay with what we're going through here. But with that, I'm going to sign off here. So everyone, take care now. Talk to you soon. Bye.